Yo, what's going on, guys? Hanging Hunter Doors here. My name is Dimitri, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the new bow lineups for 2025 from Matthews. We're just going to be like comparing it between their last couple of years, the last couple of models of bows that they've had, and just give you my honest thoughts and opinions about them. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, so let's talk about the hunting lineup from Matthews this year. The Lift RS, the Lift X 29.5, Lift X 33, and the Lift XD. If you guys haven't heard about them or you haven't seen any videos about them, I'm not going to go into detail on each one in this video, but basically they're all based off the same platform. The Lift RS is 27 inches, I believe. The Lift X 29.5 is just like the Lift 29.5. Same dimensions, same kind of riser design, everything like that. The Lift RS has a different riser design because they had to shrink it down, and they made it smaller axle to axle and things like that. And then the Lift XD is the same as the 33, just a bigger cam, and it only goes from like 31 to 33 or 32.5 inch draw lengths or something like that. So that's like specifically for those long draw guys. They don't have to get a different bow altogether like the Atlas. They can just go ahead and get the same lift platform and have a very similar shooting bow, just longer draw lengths. So I don't have any of those bows here with me today. I don't think I'm going to be buying a hunting bow this year. I didn't buy one last year, and the reason why is because I just shoot my Phase 4 so well. I shoot this thing better than I shoot most target bows, and it's just set up with a 15-inch front bar and a 10-inch back bar, so it's really nothing too crazy. But I just can't, I have some sentimental value with this bow and I just can't get rid of it. I got a Matthews V3 not too long ago, and that's what kind of like spiraled me into learning way more about archery and getting way more into it. That's kind of what started this whole archery trend on this channel. And that bow I shot really well, but you know, once the Phase 4 came out, I was like, every 2 years I'm going to upgrade my bow. So it was the V3, V3X, then the Phase 4 came out. So this would have been my 2 years now since the Phase 4 came out to upgrade, and I just can't do it. I just can't do it. But let's go ahead and talk about the new bows, my experience with them. So I went to my local bow shop and I tried out the Lift when that bow came out. I shot it a little bit. I really liked it. I thought that the draw cycle was very smooth on it. Compared to the Phase 4, this has a little bit of a stiffer draw cycle, and then it like dumps off at the end, where I felt like the Lift was just kind of smooth all the way through, and then it dumped off at the end, and it was still getting similar speeds to this. So I definitely prefer the draw cycle of the Lift and the Lift X. They're both very similar draw cycles, by the way. I definitely prefer the draw cycle. So another big difference between the Lift and Lift X compared to the previous Phase 4 is that the riser is completely different. So you guys definitely know that if you have been following the Matthews bows. If you're watching this video, the Lift and the Lift X, they have a different riser cutout, and they made the bow 5 to 6 ounces lighter than this bow as a bare bow, which is really good. The only thing is that I didn't really see that as a reason for me to upgrade to a Lift at the time, because that was when they, you know, swapped over and changed over to that riser design. I just didn't see it enough. It's kind of got a similar geometry. The axle to axle is very similar. Just the limb pocket design was different and everything like that. And around that time, the lifts were starting to have issues with limbs. Now I know if anybody's watching this and they did any kind of research on the Lift the limbs had a tendency to kind of delaminate near the limb pockets. Now that was like a very small batch of bows that they fixed. It was the only bow in Matthews' lineup ever that they've ever transferred the warranty to a new owner after. Usually with Matthews, it's if you buy the bow, that's yours, and if you sell it to somebody else, the warranty doesn't transfer over. With the lift, the warranty transfers over because the limb issue. So that was huge. That was great on Matthews. They fixed that issue and they made it very comfortable, and they kind of kept the resale value of the lift for the owners of the lift, because if the warranty didn't transfer over and you didn't know if you were going to get a bow that just the limbs haven't, delaminated yet, they haven't started to break yet, you would never know, and that would kind of harm the resale value. But now that the warranty transfer is over, I think that was a good move on them. After shooting the lift and getting a little bit of time behind it, I put about 20 to 30 arrows through the Lift X33. I will say that the bow is very smooth. The draw cycle is very nice. It is definitely a snappy bow once you shoot it, even to 33. It's a very snappy shot. They've also implemented a new limb shift technology, which is really awesome. I know that if my bow had it, it would have made my life significantly easier, because I wouldn't have had to buy a $400 bow press at the time. Basically, the limb shift technology allows you to micro tune the limb on the outside of the bow or on the inside of the bow. It depends on what hand you are, but there's basically a screw that you can micro drive one of these limbs away or toward the cam, and that essentially replaces your top hats. So Matthews has these things, they're called top hats. I have them hanging up over here. Let me grab them real quick. So basically since 2019, Matthews has had these things right here. These are called top hats. Instead of like a bunch of individual, like 5,000 shims that you would have that you'd need like 1,000 of them to shim a cam a certain way. These basically were like solid versions of that you would just push into the limb, and that would be your spacer for the limb. Those top hats worked really well, but they were a very coarse adjustment. They didn't offer you a very fine adjustment so that you really could set your rest to dead center of the bow and then just adjust your cam to get a proper tear. It was a little too coarse for that, and you would always have to bump your rest just a little bit to get a proper tear. Now with that limb shift technology, you can really micro tune that tear left and right and keep your rest dead center and not have to worry about moving that at all. You can set that to center shot and then tune the bow to the rest, which is the proper way to tune a bow. That's what you want to do. That way the arrow is flying through the center of your grip, the center of your hand at all times, and it's not, your rest isn't bumped one way or the other. It's shooting through the proper center shot of the bow. So that is huge to me, but still, I have a bow press. I have a bunch of Matthews top hats. My bow is tuned right now to me, and I am shooting this thing absolutely lights out. So for me, I just can't justify selling this bow, especially with the granite color. I absolutely love this color. There's no longer granite. They got rid of this. With the Lift, it was earth, and then with the Lift X now, they have a new color, and it's shale, which is a killer color. But still, granite is my favorite, so that's why I think I'm just keeping this bow, and I'm going to continue to shoot the Phase 4 until Matthews does something really crazy with their bows. Maybe next year, if they come out with not only the tuning feature that they have, but if they come out with a new timing feature so that the bow is complete. Unless you're changing the strings, you don't need a bow press. That might be something to look into, and maybe I'll pull the trigger on a new Matthews then. Thoughts on the new bows though? So if you're looking to upgrade to a flagship bow and you want the absolute best thing out there, there's no reason why you shouldn't be looking, or at least try shooting a Lift X, whether that's the 29 or the 33. Unless you're a younger shooter, or unless you're a female shooter that can't pull back or has like a really short draw length, that's the only time I would really look into the RS for the lift. So if you're looking into a new bow, you're looking into a new flagship bow, you're advanced, you know, you've passed the beginner and the, you know, amateur archery stage, you're looking for that bow that's just going to take you to the next level of archery, that you are just going to shoot better. I mean, don't shy away from them. However, if your bow shop does have like a phase 4 or the previous lift in stock, and for whatever reason they have them discounted, try shooting that and like consider it, because a Matthews phase 4, a Matthews lift, and a Matthews lift X are so good. The bows are just absolutely insane, and I don't think that you could go wrong with either one of them, whether it's a bow from 2023, 2024, or now the new 2025 bows. From a hunting standpoint, they're just insane bows. While I was there, I also shot their target lineup. If you haven't been keeping track of their target lineup, they have, in the past, it was a TRX, and they had a 34-inch, a 36-inch, 38-inch, and a 40-inch. Now, last year for 2024, they came out with a Title, it's called. They came out with a Title 36 and a Title 38. Crazy bows. They have completely redesigned their target bow with limb angle, with new cam systems, with bridge lock stabilizers, bridge lock sights in them. They completely redesigned the bow, but they didn't have that new limb shift technology. They had a new limb set, and it was like one of the widest limbs on the market. Those limbs are like 4 inches wide. Crazy wide. But they did not have that new limb shift technology on them because they came out the same time as the lift. And now they have like a Gen 2 of the Title 36 and the 38. And they have the new Bond grip system, which I think is crazy. I didn't talk about that with the hunting bows. But they do have a new Bond grip system for all of their bows, the whole lineup. And it's really awesome. I really do like it. A little pricey in my personal opinion for a piece of plastic that clips on and off of the grip, but it's like a $100 piece and you can swap them out. They're all going to come with the Engage grip, like the same shape as the Engage grip, which is this guy right here. I actually have one. It's a little dusty, don't mind, but it's got like a rounded edge on it. It's not my favorite thing in the world. I still shoot pretty well with the Engage grips, but not my favorite. They do have another one. It's called a Contour, and they have a taper, and they're just basically like different shapes, different profiles, and some of them are really nice. I tried the taper, and I think that one is pretty slick. I probably would shoot pretty well with that, and honestly, I would probably get one and try it. I'm pretty sure that they're still compatible with the Phase 4, because it's the same grip cutout. It's just a different, like they clip in the same way that these UltraView grips do. I'm not entirely sure about that. Don't quote me on that, but that might be a possibility. I'll probably try one. And what's really cool is that they come with like a colored insert so you can match them to your bows. Pretty cool. I'm a fan of that. Thank you, Matthews, for having now options for people who don't necessarily love the Engage grip. But back to the target bows now. So they revamped that and they added the limb shift technology to the 36 and the 38. It's a Matthews Title 36 or 38 Gen 2. And then also this year they launched the 34 and the 34 and the 40-inch model too. So now all of the they cover all of it, the 34 to 40-inch. They all have the limb shift technology, and they all come with the new Bond grips too, which is pretty sick. That is going to be something I'm investing in. So I said it in a video a long time ago, actually. It was like summertime. Anyway, I stated that I was going to be getting a Matthews Title 38. That is still true. I shot all the titles and I absolutely love the 38. I didn't get a chance to shoot the 40-inch though, but the 38, there's just something about that bow that just fits me so well. The string angle is absolutely perfect. Matthews Title bows are absolutely incredible. The only downside I see with them is them being $2,100. That is just like arrow to the freaking heart. I absolutely love that bow, but I'm going to have to hold off for a little bit. until I can afford one. Matthews, if you're watching this and you want to send me like a Title 38, I mean, I'm not gonna stop you. Just putting that out there, I thought that it would be useful information. I'm just saying it like wouldn't upset me if you did. But moving on, that's gonna wrap up the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry that I don't have the physical bows with me. I just, like I said, this phase 4 has a place in my heart and I just can't seem to get rid of it. But with that being said, if you guys liked the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. If you guys want to see more videos just like this, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit those post notification bells so you get notified when we upload. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Also, happy Thanksgiving. This video will probably be out after Thanksgiving. Right now it's Thanksgiving Eve, but happy Thanksgiving, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.